For the first time in 499 days, the Lakers, they defeated the Denver Nuggets, snapping what was an 11-game losing streak and avoiding a series sweep. 4 of the 5 Lakers starters scored at least 20 points, led by, of course, LeBron James. 30 points, by the way. 19 30-point performances are the most ever by a player in an elimination game. And, of course, Anthony Davis, also monster 25-point, 23-rebound performance. But speaking of trying to avoid sweeps, the Suns. The Timberwolves are up 3 games to none. Phoenix looks to avoid being swept in a best-of-7 series for the first time since the 1989 Conference Finals. I cannot say this enough. This was not a team that was built to lose in the first round of the playoffs, Mr. Wilbon, let alone not win a single game. What would a sweep mean for this franchise?
No, but it was built to do that. This proves again, you can't throw together big names, and this big three, you know, of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal has been anything but that. They are not big enough. They don't have a roster. It's fatally flawed, the roster, with not having a game managing person to control that team and organize it. Oh, you call it point guard most of the history of the NBA. I don't care how big the names are. I don't care how many rings or Hall of Fame. They're inadequate. And Minnesota is just better in every conceivable way than the Suns. And you know what? They can't run it back with this team, Malika. They just can't.
Well, but they may have to. That is the thing. They are hamstrung with this.
Oh, they're not hamstrung with trades.
They are hamstrung with this roster. This is why we have Adrian Wojnarowski here on the desk, because usually in times like this, when you can't largely make a obvious roster move, there's someone that you turn to, potentially a fall guy in all of this. What is Frank Vogel's future in Phoenix?
Yeah, and despite all the roster limitations that Mike just described, it's increasing belief around the league that Frank Vogel's job is in peril. If this team loses, especially as abruptly as they might in a sweep, as dispirited as they looked in Game 3, when you have this kind of a payroll, these kinds of expectations, you've got to not only show more in the first round, you got to get out of the first round. Losing in 6 last year to Denver in the second round cost Monty Williams his job. You've seen Matt Ishbia, the owner. He has made rapid change in his short tenure as owner. Frank Vogel's job very much may be in jeopardy now.
Respectfully, he will deserve it if they go out the way they have looked, number one. And number two, remember, he was never their first choice. They had interest in others, particularly Ty Lue. They just weren't available, so they settled on Frank Vogel.
It's interesting that the Timberwolves, though, they lost to the Suns every time in the regular season. And now they have turned it all the way up, and they are on the verge of eliminating them in a sweep.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. What are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about the Suns, a little bit about the Clippers, and, you know, what's going on in the NBA playoffs right now. So let's start with the Phoenix Suns. Now, you just saw the clip. Phoenix Suns, Phoenix Suns, Phoenix Suns. They are down 0-3 to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Frank Vogel's job is on the line. I don't wish anybody to get fired. And I think to get fired after one season is not the answer. This is clearly a leadership dysfunction because they made the trades for Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. Now, I get it. Kevin Durant, that trade was good, right? That trade was good. You got Booker, and they should have built around them. But they didn't. They went and got Bradley Beal, which is incredibly bold. Why do I say that? Because now you got 3 guys next year that are going to make $150 million for 3 guys. 3 guys that are going to make $150 million a year. Now, that does not vote well for the rest of their team, because who else are you going to get to play on their team? They got all these restrictions now with you know, salary cap and whatnot. The NBA put onto these teams that love to spend. I know their owner was saying, "Hey, we don't care. We're going to keep spending. We're going to keep spending." And this is not a coaching issue. This is 100% leadership issue. They need to trade Bradley Beal or Devin Booker or Kevin Durant. One of those 3 they have to get rid of. you don't get rid of the Frank Vogel, the coach. You just don't. He is a good coach. And even if you do, right, I know they're going to go and get either Ty Lue. They're going to try to get Ty Lue. And, you know, any other team, any other coach that's out there. But the fact that they're doing that and they're considering it, and most likely it's going to happen if the Phoenix Suns lose, you know, it's just, I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb what they're doing, but it's going to happen. Frank Vogel is going to lose his job because of this whole scenario where James Jones, the Phoenix Suns GM, got direction from Isaiah Thomas and the owner, Matt Ishibar, I can't remember his last name, but he got told to do this deal, and that's where we're sitting at now. So now it's kind of like Phoenix is going to get bounced. So we'll see what happens on that note. Let's talk a little about the Lakers. Lakers, can they come back from 3-1? I don't know about that one. Minnesota is looking very good. Denver's looking very good. Clippers lost Kawhi Leonard due to right knee inflammation. Can they win without Kawhi Leonard? That's the case here, right? You paid Kawhi Leonard in the on season, like in the middle of the season, sorry, and you gave him an extension. That's cool. You gave him an extension, but you knew that he had right knee issues. You knew that. You knew he had knee issues, and yet you give him an extension anyway. So now he's not playing. He's out indefinitely, apparently. I don't know what indefinitely means. So now all the pressure's on the Clippers. All the pressure's on Paul George, Russell Westbrook, who I don't know what the hell he was thinking to do that thing to Luka, spin around and push PJ Washington. Well, PJ pushed him back, pushed him. But the fact that he did that, and, then you got Paul George, James Harden, all the pressure's on them. James Harden performed the other day. Paul George did not. And now, moving forward, it's all on them. So there's a lot of pieces going around. Who's going to win the Orlando matchup with Cavs? I'm thinking it's going to be Orlando. Boston, Miami. Boston's up 2-1, and anybody's ball game. But I think Boston is in the driver's seat because of Jimmy is out. I don't know when he's going to be back. He's just had that thing MCL about a week ago, so it's still fresh. He's not going to come back anytime soon. And can the Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics? That's a tough task. But Miami Heat, don't underestimate these guys. They are legit, but that's a tough task. 76ers, the Knicks, that's a very good matchup. That's very, very good matchup. I don't know anybody's ball game on that one. And OKC versus Pelicans. OKC's in the driver's seat. Minnesota's in the driver's seat, obviously. And Denver's in the middle, in the driver's seat. Dallas, if they can take advantage of the fact that Kawhi Leonard is not playing, we'll see what happens. Leave a comment in the comment section. Do you guys think that Frank Vogel, the head coach of the Phoenix Suns, deserves to be fired? I don't think so, but hey, I want to hear from you guys. So leave a comment in the comment section. As always, Jag from Jaggy Sports.